So today is day 3 of Computer Science Education Week, and I am going to take a look at CodeCombat. So to recap, day 1, I looked at CodeSpark, and this is great for pre-readers. It's really perfect, ages 5 to 9. I don't know, we kind of use K through 4, K through 5. Although I do enjoy building games as a very grown adult. Kids of all ages, I think, can have a really fun time with it. Um, the great thing is that it's built for pre-readers, so they do not need to know how to read. Not essential. It's very shape-driven. A lot of the blocks speak to you. Great. The next thing we took a look at was Scratch, which is a little more open-ended, a block programming language. It does require that, the kids are able to read. There is Scratch Junior. I'm not super proficient with it. I've done a little tinkering, but I'm going to save that video for another time. And so those are 2 block programming languages for elementary school age students. But if any of you have kids that are like, no, I want to code, I want to type code, I want to learn code, and they're referencing written code, CodeCombat is a really excellent resource for you. There is a free allotment of lessons, and there are a lot more that are paid under their license, which I think is very affordable. You can move them around. So, if you have students coming from class to class, you can assign licenses and revoke licenses as students are coming and going for the year. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, let's take a look at this. So here we're seeing the CodeCombat homepage, and very similar to CodeSpark, we've got these options. I'm a parent, I'm an educator, I'm a student, and those are going to just take you to sort of targeted landing pages based on what they think you are going to be interested in. So I am just scrolling down, and as you can see, there's 2 different coding programs offered here. CodeCombat proper, and then this other one called Ozaria. CodeCombat, I think, has a little bit more appeal as just a game. It's fun. Ozaria is really more the standards aligned. We are looking for a computer science curriculum. You want to kind of go there. If you just want to teach coding, have fun coding, learn programming, look for the next steps, you probably want CodeCombat. So right now, I'm just going to take a peek inside CodeCombat. And when I click on Try Me, it's asking, sign up as a teacher, sign up as a student, sign up as an individual, already have an account, sign in. I do have a teacher account, and I do have some classrooms. Again, connected to my Steam Coders email address. So I'm just gonna get logged in here. Maybe I just logged in here. I could have sworn. Oh, good. That's what I thought. Okay. I don't remember having a username and password. Perfect. So here we are. Oh, and Liz, she's great. She's been so helpful through all of this. I have a big shout out for Liz Bush over at CodeCombat. She's been a huge help. So as you can see here, I have a couple of classes that I have tested out earlier this year using their free resource. And the free resource is approximately 10 hours, or if you were doing it every day, the time duration is going to be a little bit shorter because the retention is going to be higher. If you're only doing it once per week, sporadically, the retention is going to be lower, so it's going to take a little bit longer. It kind of depends on how you use this curriculum. And so I want to take a peek inside, again, my ACAM classes here. What I love about the teacher dashboard is it gives me very detailed information, exactly what I need to know. I can see the course progress. I can see, what each student has done, exactly where they are. And it's very, 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 very helpful. Joining the classes for students is very simple. We've got these types of codes here that we can use, which is awesome. There are some built-in assessments. Again, cool. And like I said, you can apply and revoke licenses as needed. So the courses guide, these videos here, I highly suggest watching them if this is your first time. The students will see these as they progress through the course. You may want to show them beforehand, but they will see them during the course as they work through it. So when you're logged in as a teacher, it can be a little bit tricky. Here you can see the play level button. You always have to pick character. The character here. Awesome. So I'm in. I'm going to start the level here. And what's going on? Similarly, I've got my puzzles block here. This area where you see the blue flashing, type your code on the right. This is the puzzle. This is what I want to complete. And so on the right-hand side over here, this is where you're going to add in your code. And so rather than using blocks where you're dragging blocks out to go right or left, we're actually just going to do some typing. And so we'll get into the terminology a little bit later. They kind of just want to start out writing the code. So our example here, hero move right, is what got the hero from this initial starting point over to the right-hand point. So if I go backwards here, so that's where it started. And when she went right, hero ended up there. So, okay. If you're really stuck, you could use hints, but I think I have an idea. Using these methods I see listed here, I see hero move down. So I'm gonna try that one. And you can click run. Okay, that's pretty good. I need one more thing, and I think I know what I need. And what's great is they can type it out, or you can type it out. Or as soon as I start to type in hero, I get a list of different options that may be of use to me. And this is not cheating. This is real. Programmers use this kind of thing all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and that. So really, I could just type like H, enter, and I've got move up. Or I could do H, down arrow, enter, down. And I love to teach the kids those shortcuts. There is a battle arena at the end, and so the faster they can type in the code, the better. Cool. Looks like everything's good. I got to the gems. I avoided the spikes. Go on. You can see here we are level complete. Go on to next level. You can also go back and see the map. I want to do one more real quick, just to show you. Here are some blue arrows, and students could write it down. I'm going to go right, go down, go up, go right. Okay, great. But let's say they didn't do that, and they went right, and then they went up, and then they went up again. See what happens here. I'm going to right, I'm going to go up, and up right into those spikes. Yeah, so you got to avoid the spikes. That's what happens when you do that. And again, if you need hints, you can always click here, and it's bringing this back up. And this is only one of 4. So if you need more hints, here's another hint. Need more hints? Still got some more hints. And then sort of by the end here, you know, they're being pretty explicit. So, game menu. If you like the sound, of course, it. If you do not, you can always turn it down. I like the live auto completion. I leave it on, and I would probably turn on smart as well for autocomplete brackets and braces. Those are the types of details, like is it single quotes, is it double quotes, is it curly braces, is it square braces, parentheses, semicolons, colons. That's the stuff that drives kids crazy about learning typed programming languages. I think it's important, but it's not totally essential. Most editors, are going to have these types of predictive things built in for you, and it's silly to waste hours and hours and hours when the real problem was you had a colon instead of a semicolon because it was a night. So that is a little bit about CodeCombat, how to use the in-game hints, how to go through this, and of course, teachers, you have still got all the same resources as normal. If you need the answer keys are available for you. Educator FAQ is very helpful. The resources hub I find more helpful. It includes the quick start guide, which is going to walk you through how to get your account set up for the first time if you need any help, have any concerns, creating your class. One thing to note, I did choose Python for mine. You can use JavaScript. The way they're teaching it at this level, the languages are so similar. It's an object and it's a method. How you call them may have a little bit of variance, but it doesn't really matter at this point. You may want to choose Python just in case, like, you're putting them on the course towards AP Computer Science. That course is offered, that exam is offered in Python, but not in JavaScript. JavaScript's a little bit more for like web development at this point, and I don't want to be too opinionated, but I do know the AP Computer Science exam is offered in both Java and Python. So that may be something to consider. Adding students, awesome. Easy. And yeah, they can join with their class code. You can even give them a link that they can click on, and they're going to set up their own username and password. You can help them reset, but you do not necessarily know what their password is. So in this part here, assigning courses, I just bulk assigned CS1, Computer Science 1. That is the free 1 week kind of introductory course. Now, they don't limit you to just 1 week, but basically when you get to the end and you get to that battle arena, that's kind of all you get. So where I think you should all be ready for is the start teaching. The course guides, like I said, can help you. So here's your solutions for Python. Here's your solutions for JavaScript. In case, you don't get it, you get really stuck. Some of these puzzles are hard. I've absolutely been there. Actually using CodeSpark, there was one puzzle and I was just totally stumped. I was like, I don't know how to do it. So if you need help, all of the answers are right here for you. And so it even shows you, here's what the default code is. Here's the overview. Here's what they should have. And another feature that in the teacher's dashboard that I find, give me just a moment here. I want to see. You can actually look at examples of the student's code. And so when they are, saying, well, I'm stuck, I need help on this one, you can see really granularly how long they've spent, so if they're like, oh, I'm stuck, but they've only spent 30 seconds, like, oh, maybe you should try again. But if they're saying that they're stuck and they've spent, 300 seconds or more, well, that's a little bit different. Okay. So check this out. Here's an example of a student profile, and you can see we're doing the Intro to Computer Science. So class average and is going to be this blue one. So, all right. And his is going to be the green. So we can see, he does pretty well. He's at average, and some a little bit above and some a little bit below. But like this one, overall, you can see puzzle number 13. That one is very hard for students. The class average is very high. And as I come down, I can see the code, what he submitted, what should have been submitted. And so it looks like he didn't do 3A or 3B. I think these ones are optional. You can go from 3 to the concept to 4. He did 4A, but it looks like maybe 15, no progress. 14. So you can see total 2 minutes. And we haven't done this for a little while. We tried this in September for our course. So here's a good example. He did complete the level. Here is exactly what he did. Here is what they recommend. And so you may see some minor differences. Anything with the hashtag is just a comment and you can ignore. The critical stuff is the stuff with colors. So, all right. I honestly don't know. I would have to try this one for myself to see if it works. So that is CodeCombat, specifically using Python. And tomorrow I will be back looking at HTML and CSS with Khan Academy. See you then.